Missing something?
Not in the mood for games.
I have a kid here. Says he's your son.
I'll be right there.
Those damn kids. Always causing trouble, huh?
Nothing like a Damien.
Well, there
Bonner
goes a
to open
fucking
the show.
copyright strike.
Yep. Well,
We got
speaking
lucky
of kids,
last time. Oh no, we didn't. We did get striked for that. That's right.
yeah, whatever. Who cares?
Yeah,
Whoever's
fuck it.
joining us live, enjoy the show. It'll probably get taken down, but regardless,
You know how we
keep
do.
causing trouble. Well, no, none of us are kids really, except maybe dude.
Come on,
We're all
man.
fucking overgrown
Why you gotta
kids.
do me like that?
But hey, feels good to be back again. Again.
Rooster returns.
Yeah, DC themed, bro. There's so much DC news that came out. I'm
I know,
rocking
right?
my DC stuff.
Oh.
You know, dude's probably wearing like
I'm
Nightwing.
surprised
boxers
dude
or
even
something.
showed up.
I'll give you my take when we get to the subject.
Stop. I know you're pumped. I'm pumped, yo. There's a lot of good stuff that came out in the last week, in the last month or so that I've not been here, man. Like, I feel like even for myself, like I'm having a hard time keeping up with everything. but we're here. That's what's up. So, Keys is the only one who's missing tonight.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
if you could join, great. If you can't, well, I'm sure he'll be back next week to kick some ass with the Kingpins. I, unfortunately, will put it out there right now. I won't be here next week. I'll be back
This
the following
motherfucker,
week.
he comes back.
This guy.
This
It's like an
I'll be
eclipse.
back. I'll be back the following week. Yo, next week. So like I gotta pick my battles, guys. I gotta pick my battles and
That's fair
straight up.
enough.
It's understandable. It's understandable.
But I will be seeing Hyper for 2 nights next week. I will.
Whoa.
Yeah, he doesn't even know. Look at this guy.
What is going on there?
What?
So
Nice. Oh, okay.
there you go. So on the 15th,
Yes.
sorry, no, on the 16th, going to see Ant-Man. I'm sure everyone's going on the Thursday.
I'm gonna try. If
You're
not
totally
Friday,
I didn't get my tickets.
You better go on Thursday, dude, because really we're gonna spoil it in our.
I know. I figured.
I know you are. If you don't see me, that's why.
So are you going to watch it, Hype?
I'm gonna be completely honest. I might wait it out.
What?
I might actually wait it out.
What are you
Oh,
doing?
why?
I'll hear from you guys if it's actually worth seeing.
Oh, what?
Have you seen the previews?
What is wrong with you?
Hyper.
Listen.
What is going on?
Listen. I was a bit.
Move this man.
You deserve it.
Oh,
You deserve it.
yeah.
Look. The last 2 movies that I saw that I was a bit too overly hyped for. What is it? Multiverse of Madness. That latest Spider-Man movie. Both were good, but I'm gonna say it right now. It kind of fell short of my expectations of what I actually wanted from both movies. I'm just gonna say it. So it's and by the way, I did watch Wakanda Forever for the first time this past weekend.
And
You know what? It's not as bad as people were saying.
all right.
Who the hell said it was bad?
No,
Okay.
well, not bad, but people were saying I think there was a lot of disappointment with that movie from what I heard. I don't know if it's because of the runtime or something, but I thought it was good.
I thought it was fucking fantastic.
I mean,
honestly.
you could definitely see that Chadwick was severely missed in that movie.
Yes.
But no, I enjoyed it. It did get a bit padded a bit in between, but I don't know if I'd rewatch it though. That's the thing.
Stop. I'll be honest with you. Actually, now that it's on Disney Plus, I went back to rewatch it, and I get it. I didn't enjoy it as much as the first time, because like you said, you know, there's parts that do get drug out, but it's storytelling.
Yeah, it's definitely
it's a great
definitely a feel.
Yeah, it's a great story. It definitely is.
exactly, and everybody feels a certain way about Namor. You either hate it or you love it, and I dig it. It fits everything with the story. So I dig the approach. I dig
I
it.
mean, I know people. I mean, the most flack I think this movie was getting was a portrayal of Riri Williams. I don't think it was that bad.
Actually, I thought Riri was one of the highlights of the movie. To
Yeah,
be
but I
honest.
know that there was some criticism towards the casting of Riri and how she was played in the movie and all that. But whatever. I felt she did her job.
I
It
mean,
was a
yeah,
nice little treat, I thought.
I will say it was a different. I think it was a different take on Riri.
Yeah.
She's obviously a different sort of character than in the comics. She's not anywhere near as unlikable or anything like that. But that's not a bad thing.
Yeah.
You know.
Okay, so before we get into New Comic Book Day, there's comic news. There's tons of stuff that we want to talk about, especially some DC.
Best line in the movie right there.
Yeah. Love it. If you guys are wondering what's behind me, actually, let me rewind that. In January, I was kicking some ass, getting some grails. I was doing great. I was on good pace, but my kid broke my 55-inch TV, so I had to replace that one. We slowed down. We slowed down on the grails.
Damn, you got a powerful kid.
Sorry?
You got a powerful kid to break your
Smash, that's what I was
55-inch
thinking.
No, literally.
Can't even be mad at him for it.
I'm sure you heard the story, but long story short, I was putting up some shelves near the TV. He had his toy hammer. He wanted to mimic me, and
Hulk smash.
yeah, he Hulk smashed the fucking TV. Man.
You can't even be mad about that.
You know what that means, right? Now you have no choice but to upgrade to a 65-inch.
Yeah. I wanted to, but I just put the shelves for a 55-inch.
Oh, okay. So you're kind of stuck.
But anyways, so yeah, if you're wondering, that's what's behind me. But before we get into all the good stuff, Hype, you want to just tell everybody where you're headed off to right after or during even this show?
Yeah, listen, like last week, I'm pulling double duty again. I'm gonna be hopping on Team Nerd Herd right after the show, to cover last night's episode of The Last of Us, which I'm thoroughly enjoying, and I would say it's probably one of the best episodic shows that I've seen in a while.
That's a lot to live up to because there's some pretty good ones going on right now.
Right, there is.
Yeah.
Mandalorian and
Hyper and I were discussing a bit before earlier today, but it's just Ellie. Just the casting. I don't know.
I'll have my thoughts on Ellie, but I like to make it like a briefly. I'll say that the character grew on me as the episodes went further.
Wait, hold up. Okay, so we don't necessarily like the casting
for her. I don't dig the casting. That
Joel, Joel. Everyone is unanimously praising Joel, but Ellie, I've been hearing people are kind of 50-50 on the portrayal.
Well, so I have not. I mean, as I told you, I haven't played the game or anything like that, so I don't know. I know the concept of the story, but I don't know the actual story. So when I watch the show, that's going to be my introduction to The Last of Us, and I know that the casting of Ellie, it's the same girl that was she played the
Lady Moore
chick in Game of Thrones, and she was awesome in that. So,
bro, no me gusta, man. I don't dig. I don't like. It just doesn't fit.
Oh, okay.
All right. I haven't watched, so I can't say.
Yeah. But everything else is pretty fucking awesome. I'm enjoying the show. Yeah. But that being said, guys, there's people waiting for us. Let's say hi, man. So,
yes,
Michael Baker.
He says
Hero was first.
Hero was first. All right, so we'll give him 1A. He gets 1A, whatever that means.
Right.
He's like the B cover, technically. Who else we got here? We got Empire Comics. Heroes here. Uni, man. Yo, Uni. I've been every now and then chatting with Uni. Always a blessing. And, bro, I will not share any more information, but I'll do a little unboxing. That's all I got to say. There will be one coming very shortly.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah. Just keep an eye out, either here or on IG. But, yeah.
Is it big unboxing?
I can't tell you. Archel's in the house, man. What's up, bro?
What's going on, man?
Comic Chic's in the house, man. Always kicking ass on the Radiant Black podcast. You should be checking that out if you haven't already. And look at these guys. Fuck, man. We get called out every week. No one's
close. 706.
I think we were 706.
We did?
Yeah.
706?
Are we 706?
Not bad. Not
bad.
So. Uncanny Swag. Yo, what's going on, bro?
Right.
Bleeker's in the house. Bleeker's kicking ass on the hunt.
Yeah,
Huh?
we are. Copyright strike incoming.
Yeah, probably. Just for saying the hunt.
Oh,
Who else
email
is
later.
here? We got the House of Nerd Show in the house. What's going on, brother? We have
If you haven't
Pacino's
checked
in
them
the
out
house.
yet, definitely give them a watch and subscribe over there at the House of Nerd Show too.
Hell yeah. Yo, Pacino's been on the hunt for a Nintendo 3DS XL for like the last couple of days. I don't. He's
Oh.
got the fever. He's got the fever. It's just, you know, when the itch comes and you're like, yo, I need that in my hands. That's where
Yeah.
he's going. I never
Yeah.
realized how expensive these fucking things have gotten. He's showing me some
Yeah, they're
special
fucking
editions.
pricey, bro.
Yo,
Yeah.
I
I'm glad
have
I'm not a Nintendo fiend.
I have the Nintendo 3DS, the like Super Mario Special Edition.
Yeah.
I went to check it. It's $500. $500.
They're fucking crazy,
Damn.
bro.
Nuts.
That's yeah.
Might have to put one up on Tradecentre at some point.
I'm content with my
Yeah,
Switch.
right.
Yeah, Brian Gibbs in the house, bro. Thank you for being here.
Who hurt you?
AOA, nah, the treat is all you, bro. Thank you for being here. Who else we got here? I think we got almost everybody. So yeah, we're good. All right. Not bad for a guy who's been out of action.
Yeah. That was smooth, bro. You
No,
killed
I
it.
mean, you
Not
keep
too
his
rusty,
names
not
and
too
everything.
rusty.
I thought the rust was gonna be fucking
A
brutal.
natural.
Yeah, but shout out to Keys because Keys put together the slides. So new comic book day, the comic news portion, KNN, and I only put up one trade center scenario. So we have one trade scenario going down later at the end of the show. And dude, fuck, there's just so much going on. I don't know if I want to put this up now or when we start getting to the news, but FOMO is alive.
Oh my
Yeah.
god, it's a hell of a thing.
FOMO is
eh?
alive and kicking. This is
It
interesting.
Unreal.
is real.
Yeah, it is real. So, guys, we saw so many DC books just take off. Dude's pissed
Fucking
pissed.
flying off the shelf.
because he hasn't been collecting that shit.
I actually have one of the books.
Accidentally.
Which one?
Yeah. We'll
He's
get
got the
to it.
Damien. He's definitely got the Damien.
We'll fucking get to it.
All right, so hold up. Speaking Damien, okay, here we go, guys. Pre-FOMO. This is what we're doing. Pre-FOMO. Yes, I put my picture there because you'll understand very shortly. Pre-FOMO, dude. This is exactly 2 months ago. This shit was selling for $186 Canadian. We'll call it at 200 because of the one below, right?
Yeah.
Fast forward.
Yesterday's prices are not today's prices.
Look at this. Okay, it hits.
That's insane. That's insane.
Right? Nuts. Now here's another one.
Tripled
Get
up,
ready.
tripled up.
Wow.
Get ready. Pre-FOMO. This is the 656, the first full, if you want to say it, but whatever. Pre-FOMO, here's your prices. You got 233, 160 in the month of November, and then boom!
The hell?
561. Oh, there's hyper.
Clearly, I haven't seen.
Hyper on there.
Clearly,
Yeah.
I'm seeing these slides for the first time.
Let's go.
Nuts, right? So, guys,
Fantastic.
simple
Hello.
reminder: either be ahead of the game or keep that Jomo in your heart, bro.
Yeah.
Just keep
Yeah,
it.
it is. That's
Fucking nuts,
insane.
dude. Nuts.
Dude, I'm tempted to now sell my copies, honestly.
Yeah.
Like I got them obviously like way back, but like honestly, with these prices, it's almost I almost feel like unloading them and just buying them back when they come back down again.
Yep. There it is.
Literally.
I mean, you know what though? I mean, not all of them are going to come back down as significantly. I wouldn't say even if the DCU doesn't work out, you have to think that there is going to be some portions of it that are successful. So some of them should retain at least a little bit of value.
Yeah, a few will stick, I think. But
Obviously, not all of them, and definitely not the highs that they're at right now, of course. But there might be some increases there. So it's good for DC collectors.
It is, dude. Look, I'll openly say it. Damian Wayne, I totally missed out on those 655, 656. Even the what was the other one there? The hardcover.
666.
No, 666. I have.
It's the you're talking about the issue right after 656.
No, it was the hardcover, man. It doesn't count as like within continuity
Yeah.
of the comic.
oh, Fuck, I saw
I
it
forgot
the
the
other
fucking
day.
name of it, but if somebody remembers, drop
Yeah,
it in the chat.
there is one now. Yeah.
You would think Face would remember, but
Bro, I am so lit right now. I do not remember
At
it
least
all.
being
John. I'm
honest.
trying to think of what it is, but I can't.
appreciate you. But yeah, man, yo, what's his name there?
Son of the Demon. There it is.
There, it is that one, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Baker got it.
Beauty. But yeah, man. So DC
Thank you,
books
Baker.
are they're on the crazy rise, and rightfully so. I would say some even are adjusting within price. Like, look, I know some people think it's a little whack that Damian Wayne
look at
is
this
now.
guy.
Hey, Newbie!
What's going
Amigo!
on?
Amigo!
Newbie has a newbie.
There he is. Yo, Newbie is actually gonna be.
He's a father?
No, he's not that. Well, to a
Not
cat, yes.
Oh, okay.
Oh, he's a cat
He
dad.
is.
There you go.
But Newbie, since you're here, I will drop it on you as well because I drop this on Dude every day. Well, not every day, every Monday backstage. So, hashtag. I got
uncle.
2 kids. I got 2. You guys are all uncles, technically. Right? Right?
Yeah,
No?
Uncle
You
Face
got a
got
bunch of
some
drunk
uncle
uncles.
Face.
Eventually.
You got a bunch of drunk uncles that slur things at the barbecue.
Probably.
But I have comics to give to the nieces and nephews. That's the important part.
True. But guys, books like Booster Gold.
Okay, hold on.
Oh my God.
Listen. But I can see the laughter already in this room.
Yeah.
I'm gonna full disclosure. I actually thought Booster Gold was one of those characters that was kind of like a niche character that it's almost like Ambush Bug with Face. I know Face likes Ambush Bug. That was kind of like me with Booster Gold. I had a chance of picking up a copy at the Montreal Minicon last week. I passed on it thinking that I had time because that book is I could always find that on the cheap. Didn't know anything about these DC news, and then now the
How much
prices
was it
are out
there?
of control.
Yeah. Well, now that you see these prices, definitely, I'm sure you're kicking
I'm gonna
yourself.
have to wait. I'm not. There's no way I'm buying a copy right now.
But we will get into it a little later because I saw on eBay. Well, I'll tell you straight up, Booster Gold is going to be on Trade Center later, but it's sold for $683 Canadian.
That's crazy.
In a 9.8.
It's insane because literally
That's
I was you guys know one of these IG accounts like Elite Comics. They had a 9.8 for 300 USD, like literally like a week and a half or 2 weeks ago. 300 for a 9.8, and it's almost like doubled now.
Wild. But all right, guys, I'll let the chat decide. What do you guys want? You want top 5 new comic book day, or are we doing comic news? Pick.
Let's
First
go ahead
guy.
and knock out the new comic book day.
First guy to comment.
Oh yeah, there we go.
No, I'm gonna leave it to the chat.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Well, listen, if it's new comic book day, I guess I'll grab myself a bowl of cereal during that
I
time.
knew the cereal was coming. I was waiting for it.
Hey, dude,
Lucky Charms too,
new
right?
comic book day was actually picked by Keys, most of it. So
And the chat goes silent.
yeah, exactly. Trade
Oh,
Center.
Trade Center.
Okay, yo, fuck it.
All right, fuck it, bring it up.
We're bringing Trade Center. Let's do this. So that was the first one that came in. So we're getting Trade Center out the way. All right, so guys, one trade. That's it. Let's see what everybody says here. But James Gunn, we see you, bro. We see you. So seeing a book like Booster Gold go up, what would you pick between these two? You guys ready?
Let's do it.
Would you give up your Guardians of the Galaxy right here? Marvel Superheroes 18 in the CGC 7.5. You got the origin first appearance of Guardians of the Galaxy. Or would you make the trade? Would you make the trade for Booster Gold number 1, CGC 9.8?
Shoot.
It's all you.
Hype
Mike.
trigger first, bud.
Damn. This is hard because the thing is, I actually do like the Booster Gold one better than the Guardians, but rationally speaking, I think honestly, I'm probably gonna go with the Marvel Superheroes 18 just because that book, despite its ups and downs, that book has a more stable value than that Booster Gold. I just feel, look, between now and by the time the Booster Gold TV show happens, which is I think in 2025, I think there's a lot of time between now and then for that price to go down. So I'm gonna wait it out on the Booster Gold, and I'm just gonna grab the Marvel Superheroes 18.
There you go.
Preferentially though, I do like the Booster Gold more. It's not the right time for me to pick it up.
Archel ain't fucking trading. That's
Yeah, he ain't fucking getting rid of that.
AOA takes the trade.
Dude.
Oh, Raiden
All right.
Davis.
I'm gonna take you guys on a ride with me here. Okay.
Oh, boy.
Oh
shit.
Jesus, I might want to get off.
First off, we're talking Marvel versus DC. Okay, that's it's an important point right there. Second of all, we're talking about two lesser known teams, or at the time, right? Nobody really cared about or knew about the Guardians of the Galaxy until boom, Marvel put it on the big screen, right? This is not the team of the Guardians that I enjoy. I have no idea who Major Vance, Astro is, and all these people. I know Yondu, right? I don't know the others. I'll be honest. I'll be quite honest. But then we got Booster Gold.
You know they were in the Guardians of the Galaxy movie, except
Yep.
for
Very
Were they
short.
actually? See, I don't know
Martin
about characters
Nixon's from
specifically.
27
I just started with all this a couple years ago, right? So
Yo,
this is my standpoint.
solid question from Baker. Here we
Hey,
go.
listen, I'll put my I actually have the full volume of the 2007 Booster Gold run. I actually do have that.
I actually knew who Booster Gold was before all of this too.
And they did make him a
because-
Canadian, and they did make him a Canadian citizen. So
I did
They
not
made
know
Booster
that.
Gold a Canadian citizen?
he
So at
he
this
wasn't
point-
born in Canada, but I think he was naturalized as a Canadian citizen.
Oh, no shit.
I've always thought he's been kind of like a comedic relief kind of character. He was always funny, right?
Yeah.
He's an idiot.
Yep.
I've debated on picking this copy up raw before, but I've always passed. Dude, I'm gonna have to go Booster Gold 9.8 on that.
This is
Shit.
shocking. This is some
Guys,
shocking shit right here.
I've always liked the character. I don't really care about Marvel Superheroes 18, but yeah, that's
All right.
it.
Before we get to face, shout out to guys. Defects go live at 9. You already know this, but tonight they're bringing Sexy back, and no, I'm not talking about their guest. Jay Butcher's back, so go check that
Oh,
out.
shit.
Right on.
All right, face.
All right. So for me, it is a tough trade scenario that we got here because I actually like both of these. I'm a fan of the Guardians of the Galaxy. Obviously, more so the newer iterations of the team with your Star-Lord and Rocket and Groot and the staples. But the original Guardians of the Galaxy, I mean, this is that team. This is the one that started it. Yep. And like we mentioned, we have seen them already appear in Guardians of the Galaxy. So there is some potential there that they might show up a little more down the road. Who knows what could happen. Somebody might use them. They might not either. Booster Gold is a funny character, and he's definitely got a lot of potential there. I mean, obviously, Deadpool's a funny character, and we've seen how those movies turned out. People really love him. I don't know that Booster Gold is necessarily going to be on the same level or anything like that, but he definitely does have some potential. Man, it's a really tough trade. I like both books, but I think ultimately I'm going to have to go with the Marvel Superheroes 18 just because I think it's probably a little harder to find that one, and I feel,
believe that.
yeah, and I feel like the Booster Gold's still going to be around and, more available. So I'd probably have a little more time on that.
Guys, we spoke FOMO, JOMO, all of the above. Personally, seeing the prices that Booster Gold in a 9.8 is going for right now at $683 Canadian, that's exactly around the ballpark of what a 7.5 Marvel Superheroes 18 goes for. Now, that on my end stood the test of time. Booster Gold, I think, comes right back down. I don't know. I don't have the best feeling about it. We'll see.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to keep those highs at all.
I'm looking at the long term. Looking at the long term, I think Guardians always will stay where it's at. Booster Gold, I don't think holds, man. We'll see. I might be wrong. Like I said, don't quote me on this. But if I have to put one in my collection, happily, it's Guardians of the Galaxy. So for that's why I'm going Guardians, man.
Yeah, I mean, look, you just got to look at history. I mean, whenever projects are announced, and especially when it takes like a few years for that thing to actually get off the ground, there's a lot of things that'll take people's attention away to other stuff that they'll be FOMOing about. So To think that you're going to get these prices like sustained till the actual show comes, yeah, I don't think it's possible. Especially because it spiked almost like double the value overnight.
And it's fucking 2 years out. Like, I
There
mean,
you go. Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
there's stuff that's going to happen in between that'll take people's attention away from this book. I'm not
Yeah.
saying that this will come back to the prices that we saw pre Gunn announcement, but I do think that
Yeah.
if
You're
you're looking
closer
for this
to it,
book,
for
wait
sure.
it out, and you'll probably get it at a much better deal than 600 for 9.8.
There you go. Uncanny Swag, Booster Gold, like Carnage is going to drop. Pacino paid his first appearance of Thanos. Drax,
That's
look at that.
insane.
In a 5-0.
Yeah.
Cheaper than that Booster Gold. So go figure.
Wow.
Booster Gold gonna fold. Oh, this guy dropping bars. Look at you, man. But all right, man. So that's
Sounds
Trade
like
Center
it.
for tonight. Now, we saw a lot of top 5 new comic book days, so hype. Sorry about that. I know.
Okay.
I know. We don't really have an intro video, so might as well.
We're going streaky!
That's right, baby. Going
Oh, I love it.
Perfect.
straight into new comic book day. So, top 5 with I have no idea how many honorable mentions. I think it's not a lot. So
36, maybe.
let's see. All right. So first book up, Keys puts up Poison Ivy, issue 9, cover D. I think it's a neat cover, but dude, I really am not picking this one up. I actually enjoyed Poison Ivy. Yeah, dude. I found Poison Ivy was great. Dropped it as of like issue 5. It had a great start, but that's when I started to tune out. Face, I feel like you might have a little more info on that. Am I doing the right thing, the wrong thing? Talk to me.
I mean, so Poison Ivy's been a really good read. You're not missing anything too huge as far as like spec or anything like that. So
Yeah.
you know, there obviously there's been some fantastic covers too. You know, it's Poison Ivy, so you really, I mean, yeah, they can make a bad cover, but she does present well
Yeah.
on most of her covers. So
Yeah.
I would say, man, like just for the read alone, yeah, you're doing the wrong thing. But at the same time, as far as spec and saving money, yeah, you're kind of doing the right thing. So
There
it
you
just
go.
depends on where you're at with it.
Dude, I don't think you're reading this shit, right?
Nah, I ain't reading that. Nice
Okay.
cover, but I ain't reading that.
But regardless, beautiful cover. So for
Yeah.
that, I will
Agreed.
give Keys some credit. I dig. All right. Moving on to the next one. Of course, the biased
Yes.
man went with the David Mack cover.
Wow.
Yo, Mack's been killing some Spawn covers, man. Scorched
Yeah,
and
he
all of the
has.
above.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
For that, 100% picking this up. And guys, it's what, $2.99 an issue? It's a joke. Cheap as shit. But I'm
Yeah, you
definitely
can't go
picking
wrong.
up, yeah, all the David Mack covers. Again, biased, but he's right. He is right. Definitely an honorable mention. You guys grabbing these or
No.
no?
I'm not reading the main Spawn title, so I'm not picking it up. I have been looking at getting like the collected editions just so I can do some reading and catch up, but
Yeah.
There you go.
haven't pulled the trigger yet.
I am definitely picking up just even for the Mac cover alone. I mean, like you said, he's been killing money. The story in Spawn has been getting a little out there. You know, even Keys will tell you.
Yeah.
But you know, it's still readable. It still entertains you for 15 to 20 minutes, however long it takes you to read a comic. So $2.99, the right price point, beautiful cover, can't go wrong.
Uni, I agree. There are better ones, but I don't know, man. I'm just a
Yeah,
sucker.
he's done better ones,
That's
but,
not bad,
but it's
though.
still quality. It's still
I'm
quality.
a sucker, bro. I'm a sucker for Mac covers, man. And in fact, I sold my entire run, only missing issue 5. I will put that out there. Of Something is Killing the Children, from 1 to the most recent.
You sold it?
Yeah, I sold it. I kept all the David Mack covers. I kept all the Mac covers. Yeah, I bought those and kept them. But hey, I gotta get my grails, man, and I can't hold them. I can't hold on everything there.
That's fair. That's fair.
There you go. But I took a quick look at the honorable mentions. In fact, Keys only put up 2, so guys, surprised. But I do
Holy
think,
shit.
yeah, he missed out on some. So what I will mention, ASM 19, the Disney 100 variant, it's a Fantastic Four homage, issue 1. I'm not even kidding. I saw that Avengers one where Mickey is like Captain America or some shit.
Yeah.
Literally, people were paying over $20 Canadian for that, and I don't.
Wow.
Which is
I
insane
don't
because
get
there's
it.
a fuck ton of them out there.
Yeah, well, I could tell you here, at least in Montreal, I don't see any on the shelves anymore.
That's crazy.
But people are
somebody's
paying up
ordering
for
them.
it. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Get that shit on pre-order, guys. Don't just be ahead of the game. Don't
There's a lot of
pay
Disney
those
fans
fucking
out
prices.
there.
Man.
Get on that FOC game.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, tune into
And
Saturday.
check us out on Saturdays at noon.
There you go. And yes, so it's Avengers 8 homage cover, right?
Huh? For which one?
So it's the I think it's Avengers 8. Let me check. I gotta check FOC. Hold up.
For the one that Mickey's Captain America. and all
Yeah,
that?
that's Avengers 4. They bring in Cap, I think.
There's the Avengers 4
8 is
homage.
Kang, 8 is Kang, right?
Yes,
Yeah, 8 is Kang, I think.
I think we're getting mixed up. Hold up.
4 is Cap.
Yes, my brain fart. Avengers 8 homage cover. I don't know if that's what we're talking about, but that's the one that's coming out this week as well. So Baker, I misread you. Sorry, but there's the Avengers 8 homage cover coming out. I think not homage cover. Sorry, the facsimile.
Yeah, facsimile.
There you go. Those tend to be fucking going up, man. I don't know if you guys saw the last few that have come out. There was some people paying even for the AF-15 one. I've been seeing people paying for that one pretty high up there. A 9.8 of that facsimile. It's going for like $200 Canadian.
But you know, I mean that might be a little extreme on pricing for the facsimile edition, but I'm not really surprised to see them going for a premium because you know, obviously getting a hold of an AF-15 to read, it's not really going to happen. So you know, the facsimile is the next best thing. But the problem I think we're going to run into is because the facsimiles are a good idea.
Yeah.
Certain publishers, Marvel, they are gonna, you know, they're gonna milk it for all they fucking can and start doing dumb shit like making a facsimile of fucking X-Men 1.
Well, they've already started. They've already
I can't
started.
believe they did that.
Dude, there's facsimiles coming out of even some of the weirdest
That's
things.
what I'm saying. Like
I saw some
shit you can get for the same fucking price as the facsimile.
Yeah, I've seen some even. Remember when they were doing the True Believers?
Yeah.
There's some True Believers that are like questionable. Like I don't know, man. I remember it was one from the Venom run with what's his name, Flash Thompson, as a True Believer, if I'm not mistaken. And I had seen that. I was like, what the hell? So
yeah, that was kind of a weird choice too. But you know, they were milking it. Same thing as what Marvel does.
But Michael Baker, yes, exactly. This is where we kind of got confused because I was reading my notes and I'm like, no, wait, I think he's talking about 8. But yes, Avengers 4 was the homage of the Disney 100. So there you go. Like I said, some people were paying up to over $20 Canadian. I was seeing it on Facebook auctions and stuff like that. People were just bidding it up, and I was like, geez, man.
Blows my mind.
Yes, exactly.
Yes, sir. Exactly.
100%, man. So yes, back to the notes. I think those were the only 2 that I was putting on the honorable mention, and the rest should be already here. Actually, we'll see at the end of the slides in case I missed something. But anyways,
spoilers.
No, okay. This I didn't see.
Got him.
I didn't see that one. But Ghost Rider 11. So he's
BC vacation.
Let's go. The BC case.
I don't even think this makes the top 5. I just think he wanted to fucking put this picture.
No, this definitely makes the top 5.
You wanted this exact moment to happen.
God dang.
Tell him why, dude.
You got him. But yes, Ghost Rider 11. Look, people feel a certain way about some characters that have been, making their appearances within this run. Exhaust. I've been enjoying it, man. I think it's a great take on Ghost Rider right out the gate from issue 1. I was hooked. So I don't know how do you guys feel about this? Or is anyone here also reading it? Dude, face.
Yeah, no, I'm reading it. I've been enjoying it, man. It's a good run so far. I pick this up and give it a read every time it comes out.
Yeah, Marvel's got some quality runs going on right now, and like Daredevil, Punisher, Carnage is fucking fantastic, and Ghost Rider is right up there on the same level with those right now.
Yeah.
It's a really good read. They've introduced some new characters, like you said. Exhaust is interesting.
Yeah.
But they've introduced some other characters like Talia Warroad, who are just fantastic.
Yes.
As far as the covers, I would say this is actually not one of the better covers.
Yo, but
done on
the
the
they've been
series.
killing the covers on cover 8.
They have this
Yeah.
one, So it is, But
I would skip out, dude. I'd skip out on this one. I don't know if you guys saw. There's a Scott Campbell cover. It's fucking gorgeous, man.
Yeah.
Like Campbell killed it. I think it's beautiful. If you see it, I'm just a sucker for Campbell covers, but yeah. And I think there's a 1 in 100 as well. It's
shit.
And Campbell.
There is like Empire said. There's a Planet of the Apes variant for it too.
True.
That's good. I won't pick that one up because I don't want to get into that fucking can of worms, but.
Yeah,
because if we get one, you got to get the whole set, and then
yeah, there were some that I was just not a fan of, so I passed on them.
Exactly.
But yes, I feel you because once you get one, you kind of want the whole collection. But anyways, numero cuatro, Star Wars: The High Republic number 5. So he's putting up the Black History Month variant.
It's good choice.
There's important first half that's pretty much going to be happening in here. So.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, I've been picking it up, going all the way so far. I don't know what more to say. I just recommend people start picking it up. Of course, with Star Wars, there's always so many appearances, but I don't know, man. I feel this might stick.
Collect what you like, guys, and it ain't Star Wars. Moving on.
Yeah, no, the High Republic's been a pretty good run so far. Like you said, introducing a lot of new characters.
Yeah, it's nuts, dude. Almost every issue, has something.
Literally, though.
But I mean, that's kind of to be expected because it's Star Wars, but it's a whole different era. So you have to introduce an entirely new cast of characters. That being said, like you mentioned this one, it does. It's a Jedi that seems like they are probably going to have some importance.
Yep.
With Star Wars, you can kind of get a grasp of how important the first appearance might be sometimes, just because based on what the character is. But this cover is fucking fantastic for this issue. Celebrating Black History Month. So yeah, this is definitely a pickup.
Agreed. Dude, I'm not gonna disagree. Empire, spot on, man. There are a lot of series going on too.
Yeah.
But Dark Horse actually had more at different points in time. So they'd have a lot of fucking miniseries going on while they'd have main runs and shit too. So
yeah. Well, there you have it, guys. So definitely check it out, man. But yeah, no. Speaking Star Wars having too many titles, I don't know, man. I don't know if it's up there on par with Batman.
Fuck, it might be, man. It might be.
Yes, invest in.
Well, I don't read either of them.
Yeah. All right, moving on. Pick number 3, Red Goblin 1. Now, this is definitely not the cover I would be going with, but
you don't like the Shades cover?
Look, I started. Okay, same thing like you said prior. You get one, and I thought it was pretty funny at first. I got them, the ASM and Daredevil and everybody, Hulk. Then I'm like, okay, it's too much. Like I can't keep up with all these covers. Like it was funny.
That's your rabbit hole, man.
Yeah,
that's what
we get them all.
But I can't keep up anymore. But Red Goblin number 1 has a ton of beautiful covers, man. I don't know if you guys saw this. This is gonna be Normie's first solo series. And there was a preview on Previews World. If you guys haven't had the opportunity, go check it out. Neat design. I will say that. There's some neat stuff going on.
Hey, we have a special guest for New Comic Book Day.
That's Hyper Combo Comics.
Can I interject on this? Because I just saw this cover and I had to just say my 2-piece.
Fine.
Go for it.
Or 2 cents, sorry. I'm thinking Popeye, so I said 2-piece.
2-piece. He wants to be on top of his ass.
Yes.
You can tell. Okay, look. I get it. People are collecting these peeping Tom blind covers. I get it. It's gonna make a great set.
Hype.
I don't know.
I want to get to this comment after though. Okay, sorry.
All right, cool. I'm not a fan. Look how dark. Like, look at his tail compared to the contrast of the. It looks like it literally was
sure
a
that's his
tacked
tail?
on. What's that?
Are you sure that's his tail?
It might be.
I sure hope so. Anyways,
he's turning.
it looks like one of those things where, like, you know, they just kind of inserted an image. I don't know how to articulate it, but you know what I mean, where it looks like the image was added after the fact. Like, you know, you took a picture of some blinds and then like that tail is just too dark compared to everything else.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys are catching what I'm saying. It's
No,
just
I get it.
It's a different.
So Chris T puts up a comment about the shades variant, the whole reflection of Gold Goblin. So that's technically the first cover appearance, right?
It was, yeah.
So there you go. So in that case, yes.
That was actually, yeah, it was a good one. It was a good idea doing the reflection and everything like that. So
yeah,
interesting way to show us a new character.
Yeah, this is the worst one yet. There you have it. So
it is.
Me and I am the same way.
Again, don't base this run off of this cover. There's many nice covers out there, but again, the preview seems pretty neat, man. I'm curious to see where this one's gonna go. So, pick number 2, Storm and the Brotherhood of Mutants, number 1. This is the 1 in 25. Pretty fucking nice, but
that's dope.
Even the regular covers are nice, man. There's many cover price covers that you could be picking up. I think they're awesome. Again, knock them out of the park, but there's also going to be first appearances here. So if you're into that stuff, definitely check it out. I like Storm. I'll give it a read. But I find myself kind of losing interest fast in many of these X-Men series that have been coming out. This actually, by the way, Face, correct me if I'm wrong, is this gonna tie into Sins of Sinister?
Yes. Yeah. So this is actually the second issue in the Sins of Sinister, event that they got going on. They obviously just did Sins of Sinister 1, and then this one, there's 2 other ones that are coming, Nightcrawlers and Immoral X-Men. They're all 3 running for 3 issues, kind of like they did for, Age of Apocalypse, except on a little bit of a smaller scale.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm into the Sins of Sinister event, so I'm definitely picking up this issue. I want to get the whole event. I love Mr. Sinister as a villain, and kind of getting to see him win is going to be an interesting concept. And how they're telling the story too kind of throws me off a little bit, because I guess the first issues take place in like the first year after he wins, and then I guess the second issue is like 10 years later, with the third issue being 100 years later.
Yep.
So it does introduce some new characters, but given how they're telling the story and given how it's kind of sort of, I guess, an alternate reality sort of event, you have to wonder how many of them are going to stick in the long run.
Exactly. Very true.
I don't know if I'm going to go for the 1 in 25 cover on it. I mean, it's a
nice
cool
cover, man.
It is nice, but I think I'm just going to save the a couple of pennies and just go with one of the regular covers for it.
Hey, speaking of Claremont, there's a signing that's happening at CGC. I don't know if you guys are sending in your books. There's so many.
Damn.
Yeah.
Like
definitely get the Claremont run before that shit comes.
There's just so many I want to send in, but I'm like, this is gonna hurt the wallet.
The whole run. The whole run.
Definitely.
Yeah. Anyways, so pick number 1. Let's see what Keys put up here. Static Shadows of Dakota number 1. Dude, it's a DC book, so brace yourself. But
it's Keys, so we knew this was gonna be number 1.
I had a feeling this was coming.
Yeah, but hold on, the man's not wrong. Now, in fact, yes, that copial variant is available in a trade form. But I was looking at some of the pre-orders off of eBay. Now check this, okay? I noted it down. The 1 in 100, which is the version of that.
Nuts.
Unreal.
Sorry.
Nuts.
The prices are unreal right
So
now.
check
Yeah.
this. $134 Canadian sold on February 1st, and on February 4th on eBay it sold for $240 Canadian. So let's see
That's fucked.
where this goes.
Wow.
This weekend. Will it hold? Who knows? But I agree 100%. One of the best, man. I absolutely love his work. I think this cover is a bomb. I think it's actually going to be one of the best covers. It's up there already for best cover of the year so far, I find. So that's my take. That's my opinion. Keys didn't pay me to say that. I swear to God.
I'm actually going to pick this up and give it a read. Keys talks it up all the time.
Yeah.
Well, why not, right? Seems like it'll be a fun read. Do we get a first appearance in this issue, I believe?
Yeah, I believe we're getting the first. From what Keys is saying, he believes we're getting the first full appearance of Eben.
Eben, yeah.
Yeah, who I guess is a rival of Static. I'm not as familiar with Static, obviously, as Keys is. But I believe he said he's a rival to Static. So.
Yeah, Keys got me on 2 trains, bro. He got me on Static and he's got me on Icon. Not even kidding. So
yeah,
hey, Comic Chef, there you go. Not a DC fan, but this might be my first one.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, man, that fucking Koipo cover is just fire. It is fantastic, and Static as a character, they did the animated series, and man, we loved that shit when we were kids. Like a lot of us were really into the Static cartoon.
Yep.
So this is definitely a character that they could lean more into, and I really hope to see something in live action at some point. Hint, James Gunn, get on it. I mean, you're already fucking up with Robin, bringing in goddamn Damian instead of Jaro.
Okay. Shots fired. Well, we're gonna get into that. We're gonna get into the news section. But I agree 100%, man. I think it would be awesome to see a live action, but we'll see. Hey, look, if they're going Booster Gold, I would not write this off. So,
right, exactly.
All right, well, Hyper, come on back.
Come back now.
We are done.
Cereal time is over.
It's done.
Bring that ass here, boy.
What kind of cereal are you eating?
What is it? It's like see, the thing is, I'm afraid to say it because you guys will probably make it. You guys will probably make it like more. It's banana nut. All right.
Fool this man!
Wait,
banana nut.
Jesus.
That sucks. The big banana.
Yep. All right.
Banana nut. You deviant.
Enjoy your bananas and nuts, my friend. We are gonna move on to
Comics and Pop. What's going on?
What's up, bro?
Thanks for joining us.
But yes, we are moving on to the news portion. So, guys, get your papers ready. I gotta find mine. Hold on.
Nowhere close to an actual news network.
All right, so it's a backboard, but it's not a paper. We're not a news network. We try. But that being said,
Not hard, but
let's kick it off. All right, so yes, look out for the little guy. I love this so much, guys. You have no idea. The once movie prop has become a reality. Available wherever books are sold on September 5th, 2023. The book will look at Scott Lang as a person and how he transformed his life from petty thief to a member of the Avengers. I think this is fucking genius. Absolutely genius. I love that Marvel's doing this.
It's a joke, but it's good. Like this is fucking good.
I'm curious to know how many pages this is gonna be. Like, is this how much shit did they put together for this? Great marketing.
You know what? I'm gonna find out because I'm damn sure pre-ordering it.
Yeah, and I will definitely be reading this entire thing in Paul Rudd's voice.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I haven't read a novel in a while. I might do the Audible version of this.
I'll draw some pictures for you.
Hey, I hope it's gonna be Paul Rudd that's gonna be doing all that. That would be
that would be good.
That would be so funny.
That would definitely make the Audible version, I guess, more worth it, I suppose. Yeah, but it's a cool idea. Obviously, the book's going to show up in the Quantumania movie as a prop. You know, I guess he wrote a book in the movie, and so Marvel, deciding to capitalize on it, of course, went ahead and actually wrote a fucking book, and they're going to put it out there. So, yeah.
I should have just said cornflakes.
He definitely should have.
I should have just lied and just said
Sorry, over here.
cornflakes.
That was good.
That's saying what we're all thinking.
Why bet the cereal hyper? Come on.
But yeah, back to the book. This is a win, and yeah, definitely worth to pick up. I mean, you know, hit up your Barnes and Noble or Books A Million or whatever you guys got up there in Canada. I don't know. So,
Captors and Indigo, baby. Let's go.
Listen. I don't know about dudes part of Canada, but we actually have bookstores here.
So do we.
oh,
So
shit.
do we.
And Empire, look, Empire's like right here, only $20 on Amazon. So there you go.
Oh, really?
Deal.
Perfect.
That's a deal right there if you can get it.
Fuck. Baker, can we send this to CGC? It wouldn't surprise me, yo. They take trade
If
paperback.
they do a fucking Paul Rudd signing, I'm gonna try.
100%. Worst case, they'll send it back. Who gives a shit? But yes, we're definitely.
I would hope so.
I think it's gonna be awesome. I like just even just for shits and giggles of reading this, man. Like,
Yeah.
awesome approach by Marvel. I think it's cool to have, you know, a character from the MCU put out a book like it's some biography.
Yeah, and actually, we should go ahead and mention, since we're talking about Quantumania, that they are doing the early release or whatever tonight. So like Chia Pettis said in chat, man, be careful if you're trying to avoid spoilers. You're gonna have to pull some Neo, because there's a little bit of a time gap.
Yeah.
Between, you know, tonight and when the rest of the world's gonna get to see it. So yeah,
That
dodging
is
them
true.
spoilers is gonna be tough.
I look, unfortunately, like a car crash, right? You drive by, you can't help but look.
Yeah,
I've come across them, and I've already fucking seen and read so much stuff. Spoilers are out already.
Yeah.
So if you do want to keep away from them, I would suggest for the next week, maybe stay away from
social media. Can fuck off.
Yeah. So many boos for Hyper today.
It happens.
Get that signed and CGC. I wish.
Exactly. Yes. Exactly.
Spoil that shit, so I'll know if it's worth seeing on open.
Right.
So I bought the first tickets to my hall at that time for the cinema. Like, there was no way I was missing this. I think it's gonna be one of the better MCU movies in quite some time. Not to knock anything MCU's put out, but I think this is gonna be a fucking great movie. All right.
Yep.
Moving on. Star Wars Visions Volume 2. So
I'm
the
going to
second
drop off
season.
again for this segment.
Okay. No, stay here. We
I have nothing to add to this.
The second season of the anthology series Star Wars Visions will be releasing on May the 4th, 2023. There will be a total of 9 episodes from various studios worldwide. So, again, I think we're getting spoiled. Sorry?
Fucking psyched for this.
Yeah.
Cannot wait. I mean, you know, obviously the first series of Visions, if you're a Star Wars fan, had some fantastic episodes. You know, there were a couple misses on them, but for the most part, they were great. What I'm interested to find out, though, is, and I think it's what most people are going to be interested in with this, is, are we going to see a continuation of the Ronin story?
That'd be cool. That'd be awesome. I'd be down for that.
I
watched Star
I think
Wars
people would like to see more Ronin. So
Yeah, that was cool. I dig
Oh,
that.
Like Last Ronin?
no, Ronin from Star Wars, a different Ronin. He
Last
was bad.
Ronin is the
Come
only
on.
Ronin that Hyper knows.
Yeah, it's the only Ronin. That and the other Ronin from Guardians.
Yes. Episode 1 was the
Yeah.
best.
So yeah, that's big stuff. Again, we're getting treated spoiled again this year by Star Wars, and of course, dropping May the 4th. So keep an eye out for that.
Star Wars Day.
Moving forward. Oh, by the way, speaking of Star Wars, I think Mandalorian, they released some of the dates that it's all going to be hitting on Disney
Oh, really?
Plus.
They did.
Yeah, I had seen it earlier
Yeah.
today. Let me just pull it up for you. So episode 1's dropping March 1st. That's season 3. March 8th is gonna have episode 2, then 15th episode 3,
Yeah.
4th episode is March 22nd, 29th. So we're going from March 1st all the way to April 19th, 8 episodes long. So that's some good news too.
Fucking wait for the Mando.
So we're getting Mandalorian, and then once that ends, we're kicking off with this. I think there's maybe about a little less than 2.5, 3 weeks gap before they drop more Star Wars on us. So
We are some spoiled nerds right now.
Exactly, man. But all right, moving forward. Hitmonkey returns. Guys, did anybody here watch season 1?
I watched a bit of it. I haven't finished it yet, but I watched a couple episodes. It was dope, man.
Yeah,
I dig it.
Fucking awesome, man.
I'm excited.
So
for
yes, the Japanese. I don't know if he wrote snow, but it should say show.
Maybe the show. I don't know.
Oh no, Snow Monkey. Okay,
Snow Monkey. Oh yeah, because
of course,
he is a
yes,
snow monkey.
of course.
Yeah.
And its Ghost American Hitman partner will return for a second season. The Hulu show will move its setting to New York for the second season and will add cast member Leslie Jones to the mix. So, I watched all of Hitmonkey season 1, and it was really like out of the blue. I was just bored.
Yeah.
And I saw it on Disney Plus because I don't have Hulu here, right? Do we even have Hulu in Canada?
Only through VPN.
There you go. So there was that. So I ended up seeing it on Disney Plus, and I was like, oh shit. So let me watch this. Watched episode 1. I was hooked. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was so good. Underrated, man. I don't think people are tuning to this for some reason, but neat little animated cartoon. And it got me wanting the first appearance. I'm not gonna lie, it did.
It's still, still pretty affordable.
It is, but that second appearance, I think, is the Deadpool.
Him like double kicking Deadpool in the face. That one.
Yeah.
I think that's the second appearance, right? Yeah.
That one I have, but it's the first appearance I'm missing. So yes, exactly. Awesome show. Really liked it.
I heard in the reports that they're obviously removing the Marvel branding, right?
Oh, really?
Yeah, they are. So my guess is I was actually talking with Hero about this a couple days ago. Is that hey, maybe they're going to make it, a little better, right? A little more gore, a little more fighting, a little more, oomph behind it instead of the Disney umbrella covering it.
But I don't see how that would change anything because Deadpool still has the Marvel thing in front of it, and that's still rated R.
Yep.
Yeah,
but that's a little different because first of all, it was before, they really started setting up the MCU and everything like that, and they still wanted to advertise that it was a Marvel character. I think the problem here is that obviously Hitmonkey was a successful show on Hulu. Problem is it's on Hulu. So that might be why a lot of people miss it and stuff like that. But it was successful enough to get a second season. But being that it's not on Disney Plus regularly or whatever, it's on Hulu. It's its own thing. It's not really attached to the MCU.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So that's why they had to remove it. Okay.
Yeah, I think that might be why
that makes sense. Yeah.
But
Hero,
it's
sorry.
still a great show worth watching.
Yeah, exactly. Hero's right, by the way. Disney Plus, but in the star section. So
yeah.
Okay.
But yes, Hitmonkey, man, fucking love it. So good. I'm excited for season 2.
Yeah,
they should just
absolutely.
attach it to the MCU and fucking stop bullshitting around with it.
But where would it fit in though? That's the problem.
Yeah.
Who cares?
I know exactly where it would fit in. Deadpool.
Right. They can definitely fix it so that it works.
Deadpool
somehow.
or just
Fair.
re-edit the Avengers versus Thanos scene and have him come through with Howard the Duck.
I was just gonna say like with
there you
Howard
go.
the Duck cameo. Yeah.
Secret Wars. Who knows? But anyways, no, it would be awesome. And I just really dig the show. But anyways, moving forward, DC Elseworlds. Now, I'm curious to see what you guys say about this and how you feel about it. But according to James Gunn and Peter Safran, the movie franchises of the Batman and Joker, not one movie, Batman and Joker being its own, will be part of their own continuity and given the proper Elseworlds label. The Batman Part 2 is set for an October 3rd, 2025 release, and Joker Folie à Deux is expected to hit theaters October 4th, 2024. Okay, look, James Gunn, soft reboot. That's the way I see it, right?
Yeah.
We're all in agreement. I'm kind of cheesed by the fact that it's going to be its own little thing on the side. Again, we just saw Hitmonkey Hulu being its own thing. But I would have loved for these movies to somewhat tie in because I enjoyed the first Batman. I remember Hyper telling me many times, dude, watch it. And then when I finally watched it, broke it down, we spoke about it. I really, really dig the Batman. I had my doubts about Robert Pattinson. I really did.
I think everybody did it first, had some trepidation at least.
But it's up there for Batman movies. I wouldn't put it. It's not the best. I don't think so. I know Hyper feels a certain way.
No, did I say? I don't think I said it was the best. I think
you
Dark
put it
Knight,
up there.
I put it up there, but Dark Knight Returns is always going to be my favorite.
It's top 5, I would say.
Not Dark Knight Returns, sorry, Dark Knight. I'm thinking of the graphic novel.
But I think Hyper. When we last spoke, you put it in the top 2.
Top 2 or at least top 3, yeah. I wouldn't surprise me. I have to reevaluate, but I wouldn't be surprised. I would have put it in the top 2.
Yeah. Joker was a great movie. It was good. My wife really enjoyed it. But when it comes to what we're seeing being the theme for Joker 2, I'm kind of happy they're keeping it out. That's me being honest.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we don't need that. Again, we might be blown away. I've been to Broadway musicals, and I think they're pretty cool, but not something I care to watch in a movie. What's your thoughts on this? First off, with the Elseworlds, let's start with that. So James Gunn now taking these to the side, letting them play out. Shazam, right? Where does Shazam fit in now? That's part of the Elseworld too.
Oh, that's also part of the Elseworld?
No.
It's not.
So hold up. So apparently, what's going on with those are, I guess, Shazam, Aquaman, Blue Beetle, and the Flash, I guess, are somewhat incorporated into being prior to and part of the actual soft reboot. And then everything after that, those movies will be this new DCU that we're getting.
Yes, but this comment is exactly where I'm headed. So we said soft reboot. I agree 100%. I would have preferred a full reset. If you want to make these movies come out, because I know they filmed, right? Shazam, and these are in the pipeline. You have fucking, what's her name? Lady Gaga casted. So for sure it's going to bring some attention, some box office draw. Now, to differentiate, I get it, but I would have preferred a full reset. Let the movies come out, that's fine, but then start everything from scratch. That's the way I would have handled.
So, okay, listen, my thoughts on, because I'm going off of DC's past track record. It's just that I don't trust, even with Gunn at the helm, you got to understand, he doesn't have 100% autonomy on everything. He still has to answer to the people at, Warner and those execs. I just don't trust them to put a full cohesive universe like Marvel and the MCU have. I honestly think that this route of doing Elseworld franchises is probably the way to go, because for me personally, in my my reading material for DC in the past, the stories I like the most are the ones, for all intents and purposes, where those self-contained stories like The Dark Knight Returns, Long Halloween. A lot of those stories, they don't span across, it's not like an ongoing series. They're very much like graphic novel-esque kind of. So that's kind of how I treat these Elseworld movies. It's like its own self-contained movie that you're meant to enjoy for what it is, and people don't have, and new viewers don't have to get worried about it getting muddied into having to figure out, okay, I got to watch this movie and like 10 movies to kind of figure out the next movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So in terms of getting new viewers into DC who might be intimidated with a lot of these characters' backstories and all that, I think Elseworld, doing Elseworld stuff is the way to go. And plus, honestly, with the landscape of DC, I really can't see how the Robert Pattinson Batman would kind of mix and mingle with the other franchise I mean, they could make it work. It's just that after watching the Batman movie, I'm much more vested in seeing his story and not getting interfered with other characters popping in and basically diluting the whole movie completely. So
Yeah.
and same thing with Joker. I always said the Joker that not Heath Ledger, the Joaquin Phoenix Joker, I never really considered that a Joker movie. It just has the Joker label.
Yep, exactly.
So if you called it Sad Clown, it would have been the same thing to me. I just because it happens to say the Joker, I still don't feel that he is the Joker. So yeah, I just feel like for keeping them like insulated in their own franchise, I'm for it.
Yep. Just to get back to a comment here. So yes, we will be talking about this very shortly. So we'll get into that with the Superman Legacy stuff. But yeah, dude, you pretty much nailed it on the head, man. Like 100% on everything you just said. But it is what it is. So now this is part of Elseworld, and especially the Joker thing. Like you said, you could have called it the Sad Clown. I'm gonna look at it as the Sad Clown now, moving forward.
Well,
But,
it does at least still have the potential to be crossed over with in the future if they want to go that route. Honestly, they probably won't. And to be, I don't know, if I had to take a guess, I would say you're probably not going to see a whole lot of DC Elseworlds movies or whatever, I guess,
Yeah.
coming out
No.
after, these movies finish up their run or whatever. It pretty much what it is they were good enough to get sequels, and maybe they'll be good enough to get another sequel, and they want to capitalize on that while still maintaining what's going to be the new DCU.
Exactly.
Yeah, they still got to build their universe right now, so
Yeah.
they're going to focus on that, and they're going to keep this separate.
Yeah,
But,
like Baker said, it's a financial decision. Movies are making money.
Yep.
Slap the Elseworlds label and keep making them.
Yeah.
Before we get to the next piece of news, Rocksteady's in the house. Rocksteady, bro, thank you for joining. I will be with Rocksteady tomorrow on Newbie's channel, so tune in. I think it's 9:30 something, 9:35.
Way to
But,
promote it.
We're doing
Sure,
that.
Kingpins.
Yeah.
Hey, Hyper, by the way.
Jack.
Nice. Now the next step is you got to read it.
I'm halfway through. I read Death in the Family. This is the other book Tim recommended and gave to me to
The
read.
fuck,
So
dude, I recommended it. What?
Tim recommended
not
it as
you.
well after we had spoken about it. He
All right.
bought me the
Fine,
book
fine.
and gave it to me. Yeah, but yes,
All
he
right.
recommended it as well.
Next piece of news, and if you guys haven't noticed, I put up a little something in the background. You get 10 useless points if you can guess who the character is. All right.
I guess.
No, you don't get to guess.
Damn it.
But there are boobies once everything moves. So
Are they
10-year
gonna get the
delays
boobies?
for everybody. So actors for Chapter 1 of DC's new universe have reportedly been asked to sign 10-year deals. These deals include projects of all media, including shows, movies, and even video games. That's pretty cool. So 10-year deals, kind of, well, Marvel did pretty much the same. I know they had something going with certain actors, right, where they signed them long term, multiple movies, video games. I don't think any of that was involved with Marvel. So that's neat. Now we do know that DC is going to be doing a whole bunch of movies and TV shows, which I'm happy to see that if they're signing 10-year deals, we're most likely going to see a lot of these movie characters crossing over into the TV show and vice versa, right? So
Yeah, you would think so. I mean, they should, because that's the way that they're at least making it sound in how they're presenting it, that they're going to use the same actors in all the media. They are catching some backlash over it though, because like obviously in the video game industry, there's a lot of voiceover talent that are kind of concerned about how that's going. I think maybe, I don't know, maybe this was a little optimistic on James Gunn's part whenever he was kind of
what I was
presenting
thinking.
it. Yeah, and I
Trying
can
to go
see,
big.
yeah, I can see signing the actors or actresses to 10-year deals and having them do the movies and having them do, even like appearances in the TV shows or whatever. The video games, I mean, that's a lot of voiceover time, and these are going to be some big actors. I don't necessarily know that all of them are going to go for that. So you may still end up seeing some of that video game voice talent showing up in the video games, and
Exactly.
it'll probably work out like more normal type of deals just for long term.
Yep. Yeah, no, you're again spot on.
The thing is,
video games, I can't imagine they're gonna have the big names. Like
No,
that's what I'm saying. Like we'll
I don't
see.
see it happening.
We'll see, but kind of like what Face said, that's just pretty much sums it all up.
Yeah, I mean anything's possible, but it just seems unlikely.
Yeah, hype, they're coming for you.
like, look, like
No, that's at my place again. Of course, every Monday night, like clockwork.
Every Monday night.
Yo, seriously, where are you
Fucking
living?
crazy, bro.
He's in the hood.
Right?
look, I've like to Face's point, I've I've played a lot of video game adaptations to properties like comic books and TV shows and all that. And for the most part, you guys are right. Like because voice acting is a very pricey endeavor when you put in celebrities. So you'd be surprised how like a lot of the top-notch studios, how they can find someone that you would think that they actually casted the actual actor, but then when you actually find the actual cast sheet, it's someone completely different that just happened to sound like him.
Yeah.
So I mean, there are exceptions. Obviously, Kevin Conroy did his voice for the Arkham trilogies and all that, but for the most part, studios generally go for the cheaper because video game studios don't have the same budget like cinema.
No, exactly.
So they do have to keep a certain budget with studios and all that, and they can't have like a Robert Downey Jr. basically eating up like half their budget on just the voice acting. So yeah, and the thing is with the 10-year deal, it is a bit of a double-edged sword because you do get that commitment like Robert Downey Jr. signed for 10 years with Iron Man 2008. He extended it for a year to just do the Endgame, but for all intents and purposes, his deal was 10 years.
I don't know if you played, because you were talking Robert Downey Jr., but if you played Marvel vs. Capcom, the last one that came out, I forget what it's called. I think it's called Infinite or some shit. Don't remember. But anyways.
Yeah, Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, yeah.
The voice actor who played Tony Stark, it was very similar.
It was. Yeah,
it was pretty dead on.
They do it, and even like the Guardians of the Galaxy game that came out, like they don't sound like the original cast members, but it has the same likeness in terms of the voice.
Yeah.
So, but the thing is with the 10-year deal, it's a bit of a double-edged sword because you got people committed for 10 years, so at least you have actors locked in. But the thing is with a lot of these 10-year deals, you're also going to scare away some potential actors from coming in, especially the more well-established actors that may not want to be pigeonholed for 10 years, especially like Evans was a bit like he did say he was getting a bit burnt out at near the end, and he expressed the concern how he didn't want to be just known as Captain America and just in that superhero genre. So there might be a bit of a barrier for some actors who potentially may have wanted to join the DCU to kind of take that 10-year commitment.
Yeah. So
he kept coming back though, so that paycheck must have helped him get over it.
Oh yeah, obviously that the paycheck helps, but
True.
there are some guys like especially those are more in their prime, I guess you could say prime acting years, that kind of like Batista. Like look how vocal Batista's been about. Like he made no bones about leaving Guardians. He said that. Look, and to be honest, I think for his sake, I think he actually made the better career choice because I actually like Batista as an actor outside of Guardians. So there are some, actors that do have that concern of not wanting to be stuck in that superhero genre for 10 years. Because the pay might be good, but I'm sure a lot of these people like they take their craft seriously and they want to get more experience than just one genre.
No, exactly. How long is the James Gunn current contract with the DC universe? If I'm not mistaken, it's only 4 years. That's what I'm
really
saying. So it's funny that signing actors for 10, but James Gunn's around for 4. So I'm curious to see.
Weird.
Where that
He's
goes.
Confident of the success.
Yeah. So what happens if the first 3 projects bomb? Do they continue with the 10-year plan? I think let's hope there's a clause that allows this because
the thing is, this is where I kind of have a bit of I lack faith in Time Warner and all that because they don't seem to exercise patience when it comes to this stuff. It seems um like how can I say, like if things don't work right away, they want to flip the script immediately. Like they don't let things simmer and like let things build.
Yeah.
And understand, look, you're kind of fighting an uphill battle, especially against Marvel and all that. You won't be the top dog immediately.
Yeah.
This is going to take some time, but I just don't have the faith right now that they have that kind of, what's the word, um like determination, kind of see the long haul.
Yeah. One
Well-
thing I do want to point out though, Michael Baker says Batista comes off as bitter, and then you got this comment here: Batista, though he's annoyed that his character itself is limited, not sure it's the genre he campaigned for. Bane. Yeah, I think you meant Bane.
For Bane.
Yeah, Bane.
I heard
believe.
about that.
Now,
Yeah.
I see it.
from
No,
what I've seen also, because I follow a lot of the wrestling spoiler chats as well and stuff like that. It seems Batista also wants to differentiate and show his, diversity within acting. So being kind of like, I don't want to say typecasted, but he's known as Drax, and now he wants to show people what he is capable of doing on an acting side. So maybe bitter, but also ambitious,
Justified.
I guess.
It's justified.
He wants to pop out and try
Yeah.
new things. So that's okay, I guess. But we'll see how that plays out. I'm hearing some good things about his new movie. It's being promoted everywhere.
That Shyamalan movie, yeah.
People are saying he absolutely killed it in the movie. So
Yeah.
All right, moving on to the next slide. So, prelude to Chapter 1, DC Studios has announced there will be 3 projects that will help lead DC into their new on-screen universe. The Flash dropping June 23rd, so kind of like what we were saying earlier. Blue Beetle will introduce a new young member of this new universe, and Aquaman 2 will then set the stage for Chapter 1, Gods Plus Monsters, to begin, starting with Superman Legacy as the first project within the new phase of the DC universe. So,
And actually, Shazam is part of this whole Prelude project too. So,
really?
Yes.
Okay. I thought Shazam was going to kind of be in the middle of this because it's coming out so soon, and now there's this whole new plan, right? So
No, I guess the announcement that they put out or whatever concerning these movies and being the Prelude or whatever did include Shazam. I'm not sure exactly how that's going to work, but
yeah.
Apparently.
So there you have it. That's the whole prelude, and then the new shows of Chapter 1. So Creature Commandos will be DC's first animated entry. Waller, starring Viola Davis, will be set. Sorry?
Dig it, that Creature Commandos.
Yeah,
man. It's just a fun idea. It's off the wall. And doing it animated is probably the right way to do it.
They're going in between animation, right? So it's going to be animated and non-animated as well, is what I'm hearing.
Yeah.
So that'll be interesting to see. That'll be cool.
Yeah.
I don't know who any of these characters are, but it looks sick.
It just looks fun. Just because.
Yeah, it does.
So, anyways, this is going to be set between the first and second seasons of Peacemaker. Lanterns will follow both Hal Jordan and Jon Stewart. So, Paradise Lost will be a show taking place in. I can't even say this.
So hold up, wait. So the DCU has actually already started.
Themyscira, yeah.
There you go.
Yeah,
okay, well.
So the non-DC guy stepped in.
Because Peacemaker season 1 would be part of the DCU then, if this is taking place between season 1 and season 2, right?
Yeah.
So I guess
exactly.
Peacemaker's
So
got
You would have to. Yeah.
Right.
So then at that point, we could pretty much say that if that's taking place in between that, maybe they're just speaking timeline, but would Peacemaker carry over? I would hope so, because I think it kicks some ass, man. I think people are really enjoying it, so I could see that carrying forward.
Great.
Lanterns, I'm pumped for. Yeah. I think it'll be cool that they're showing both. Booster Gold.
It'll be fun. I think it'll be fun.
Yeah, it could be interesting. Yeah, we'll see.
Listen, regarding Booster Gold, and you just mentioned Peacemaker. If we're gonna do some intermingling between like different properties, I would like to see like Booster Gold kind of mix it up with Peacemaker, because
That would be fun.
Booster Gold
Really
is for
funny.
the most he's more or less considered like, I guess, time cop loser from the future. That's kind of like a nut.
Prime loser from the
Yeah.
future. Yeah.
So him interacting with like the John Cena Peacemaker, I think it would make for some good comedy. I mean, again, we don't know who's going to be casted as Booster Gold, but that's just one crossover that could be appealing. But I just like the fact that, look, for the longest time we always complained that DC seems to always focus on their Trinity, Batman, Superman, Wonder
Yeah.
Woman. It's just nice that the
I agree.
lineup here allows DC to kind of let people in on their more, I guess you could say, lesser known properties. Although Lanterns, I mean, I would think that Green Lanterns is more the mainstream of those five. But it gives
A
DC
nice
a chance
variety.
to, yeah. And the thing is, like what we always talk about Guns and what he did with Guardians. If he can pull off the same magic with at least 3 out of these 5 shows, it kind of puts DC in a better position for making a lot of these characters household names.
Yes.
No, I completely agree.
Absolutely, but I again, like you said, Lanterns is probably going to lead all of these in a sense of being up there in scale. Yeah, and I really hope, kind of like what Pacino said here, that they knock it out of the park and they do a great job, because first off, what we got with Ryan Reynolds, I think most people would rather just forget about it. Green Lantern is what I'm most excited for. Same, man. I really think that's going to be the main of the TV shows, but if any of these were to surprise, which one do you think it's going to be, man?
Paradise Lost for me.
Really?
Yeah. Because I think Creature Commandos is going to be good. It's going to be a fun watch. Waller, we pretty much know, or at least have an idea of what we'll get out of that from, her appearances already, and Peacemaker and stuff like that. So it should be quality. Booster Gold, funny character. That's probably, just we're gonna get a comedy, so not really too hard to do that. I guess as long as they get the casting right and everything. Lanterns, just the concept is fucking cool. How can you go wrong with that? So Paradise Lost, I mean, that's really the one that has the most leeway there as far as whether.
So what you're saying is that's the one you're at least looking forward to, though. I'm kind of curious which property you guys aren't looking forward to, honestly.
It's probably the lowest. Is
probably
Paradise.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, probably Paradise Lost, but I know nothing.
Yeah, it's Wonder Woman, but no Wonder Woman. So I mean, they'll follow Hippolyta and whatnot, but I mean that's not really the characters that people.
Guys, after all the shit show we've seen, literally shit shows, with the CW stuff, I think
CW started off good.
Well, with Arrow
initially, initially it started off good.
Yeah, but then after, everything took a turn for the worse.
Right. About Flash season 2, he started going downhill after that.
Yeah. But man. So I'm coming into this with some trust issues. I will be honest. That's where
fair.
I stand.
They're earned.
I think the one I'm most concerned about is Lanterns, and I think the one that might surprise me is going to be Creature Commandos, man. I think that's.
I'm with you on the Lanterns one, because the Lanterns one, I think out of the 5 is the one that's probably going to be, it's going to have the most high, like the highest expectation put on it, just because, just look at the chat. A lot of these people are, and I'm sure you guys are looking forward to Lanterns because there's more of a familiarity with that opposed to the other 4 properties.
Yeah.
I'm going to say that Booster Gold, I know that I was talking, highly about Booster Gold. I'm going to say, just for the general public, I think Booster Gold probably might be a dark horse in terms of being a surprise hit, because there's a lot less moving parts with Booster Gold. It's just you're focusing on one character, and depending on how the casting is done right, it could be a surprise hit like Peacemaker. So the other shows, it's a lot of ensemble casting, aside from maybe Waller, but I just think Booster Gold could be that surprise hit like John Cena was with Peacemaker. Like you wouldn't have, who would have thought that John Cena would, as an actor would actually, again, non-wrestling and wrestling fans took to him as Peacemaker.
Yep. Exactly.
Waller is going to be your show that generates the most spec. Just because, with the type of show that it's going to be, the characters and everything that they're using, I can see them introducing a lot of obscure characters and shit like that they're going to use for her series. So that FOMO hit hard just for the character to get killed off next week.
Yeah. Probably. But yeah, man, same here with Lanterns. Sheik is looking forward to Booster, Lanterns most. So it's cool to see, just the chat here. Everybody's
People are
pretty
excited.
much hit on almost everything. Obviously, Lanterns being one of the heavier favorites, but I'm look, like I said, I'm curious to see all of these. I think Creature Commando might surprise. So
Yeah.
we'll see, man.
But honestly,
Lanterns, they can go fucking bananas, like
Yeah,
what
they
Louis
can.
said.
Yeah.
but to Uni's point, that's actually why I'm actually more concerned about Lanterns, because of the fact, like DC seems to not get it right in terms of universe building for the most part. And
You're
when you're
scared they're going to try and introduce Chip, aren't you?
What's that?
You're scared they're going to try and introduce Chip.
No, but like,
dude, I just hope for a proper Sinestro casting. That's
the thing. Like,
They already had it, man. Mark Strong had it. He was
Yeah.
there. Yeah, he was there.
yeah, he was actually a good Sinestro, despite a lot of
Yeah, that
cockiness
movie
in
was shit, but he was fucking. He was
Sinestro. They did it right. Yeah.
All right. Well, hype. It's 8:32. Are you sticking around for the next one, or you?
Yeah, I'll stick around.
All right. So moving on to the next slide. So movies of Chapter 1, Superman Legacy will be the kickoff for Chapter 1,
Here we
showing
go.
off a younger Supes, and will not star Henry Cavill as the hero. Sorry. So Superman Legacy, The Authority, Brave and the Bold, which fuck man. We'll
Batman
talk
and
about
Robin.
that. Yeah, Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow, Swamp Thing. No, it's crazy because the second these movies dropped, and the announcements came out, even for the shows. Yeah, FOMO, man. If you wanna, I'll put it up gladly, bro. But the FOMO kicked in. The FOMO kicked in. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that.
Yeah.
Whoa,
let's skip that. Let's skip that.
It's
FOMO,
interesting
baby.
because you've seen it really hit hard for. You've seen it really hit hard for Damian and Supergirl and whatnot, but not as much on The Authority and Swamp Thing. Like, yeah,
well, Swamp Thing,
they're getting hit with it for sure, but it's not as hard. So
yes, but Swamp Thing's already up there. Like that is.
yeah, of course.
Yeah, you can't FOMO into a house of mystery.
Yeah, Supergirl, Damian.
Well,
Wayne.
there are other Swamp Thing keys.
Yeah,
fair.
But yeah, man. So Damian Wayne seems to be some of the bigger talk out of this. It seemed everybody flocked to it too. Like I literally just waited. Like I was curious to see what was gonna happen on eBay. And the second the news came out, I was like, let me just check eBay, print screen, and wait for a couple hours. Print screen on the sales.
You saw those copies fly out.
Everything was disappearing so fast. It was nuts.
Yeah.
People love that little bastard.
Yeah. So it seems to be the one people flock to. Like I kind of understand why. But
yeah.
No, go ahead.
Sorry. No, I was just gonna say, like, look, like you said, the prices are ridiculous. But I always just thought that Batman 655, 656 were always undervalued to begin with. Not saying, sorry.
They were. You're correct.
Yeah, and I'm not even saying that with Damian being he's actually not my favorite Robin, but even I could.
You'll be fired. It's Jarro. That is the correct answer.
Sure.
You're obsessed.
But look, the fact of how integrated he is into the Bat family and all that, I was always kind of surprised how undervalued his first appearances were. It's just that, yeah, it with this whole announcement, it got revved up to like an 11. So
yeah,
it's just insane. And clearly you could see the IG posts, everyone showing all their copies of 655. It's a Batman run. Like Batman is a highly printed run to begin with, so it's not like it's a scarcely printed book. You shouldn't have an issue finding one.
Everybody's showing all these sets. It tells you how many are fucking out there.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
Well, like Mike Baker said, he hit a home run because look at that.
Yeah,
that's 500. Yo, literally hitting some ridiculous prices right now. Guys, there's still some time before these projects even drop. So I'm curious to see what happens to these prices. But
BC,
we'll see from now to
real
then.
Quick.
Yep.
Real quick, what are you most excited for?
It's honestly for myself, Swamp Thing. I think Swamp Thing.
Yes.
I can't stress it enough. Depending which Swamp Thing we're getting, though. So there's that. Even I think
I
Phil
think it's
put
going
it
to
up
be the
there.
OG. Yeah, I think.
They have to. They have to. So we'll see.
I would assume, well, because okay, so I mean, you have Holland and Patel are the two different Swamp Things that they could really use, but Patel, his origin is kind of tied into Holland, so they almost have to.
They have to use Hollins, yeah.
They have to use the OG. Yeah.
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 Now
Yeah,
I'm already seeing people posting that apparently the direction they're gonna take is gonna be very similar to Man Thing. What we got Werewolf by Night. We'll see.
The black and
But
white.
I'm okay with if they go that route. I think we do need some of that. You gotta fucking feel like Swamp Thing is just Swamp Thing when you're watching it, right? So I can understand that approach. Superman Legacy,
too.
Superman Legacy, kind of like what Uni said. Man, it's touchy because I thought Calville did a great job as Supes, but now we're getting a younger Superman. Who can play him? Young, like I look at what actors are available.
It's honestly, I'm gonna say it's gonna be someone we've never heard of.
Exactly.
It's gonna be
like
someone
kind of like all the names popping up for the Fantastic Four castings, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys have been seeing the rumors going around, but there's a lot of names that were like, who the fuck is this? I would have never thought of this guy.
Right.
Now I know the average person would be like, oh, Superman, probably I don't know, fuck, like Zac Efron or some shit. But I don't want to see that. You know what I mean? So I'm okay with some no-name guy. Guys, look, myself looking at Cavill, not somebody I really followed prior until he became Superman, right? So I think that will be touchy, especially I think it's big shoes to fill, man. Playing Superman for DC moving forward is just big shoes to fill. So that one has me concerned. Brave and the Bold. I'm actually excited for that. That I am excited. I know some people feel a certain way. I'm not pointing fingers, face, but I think it's gonna be awesome. Yo, Damien's a piece of shit. I love
it's
Damien.
Gonna be, it's gonna be dope.
I love it. It'd be interesting, yeah.
They gotta be careful though. They gotta be careful how they cast Damien because they could easily, you don't want to make him too annoying to the point that people turn on him.
Yeah. Exactly.
Well,
so hold on. Because we are speaking of the movies one by one now, so let's move forward into them. So let's start with the Authority. There you go. So this Wildstorm team will be making their big screen debut. The team consisting of the Engineer, Jenny Sparks, Jack Hawksmoor, the Doctor, as well as a couple of Apollo and Midnighter. Now, Midnighter I'm familiar with, but if you were to ask me majority of this team, totally out of the loop. I'll be completely honest with you guys. The Authority was not something on my radar prior. Made their way into the pages of DC Comics after Wildstorm merged with DC, kicking off the New 52, which this I am, like, I recollect that. I can remember it, but again, not something I followed at all. So Authority is something I will definitely need to catch up on reading-wise, but again, might surprise me. And I saw some people in the chat also talking about the Authority. Have you guys followed the Authority? You pumped for
heard of it, but haven't really read it. Honestly, to be honest, this kind of in terms of like I'm just talking about the hype on this. This might follow the same pattern as Eternals on the DC side, where you're gonna get a lot of hype on this, and then once, because I don't know how many movies this is signed on for, but once that first movie comes out, I just feel it's gonna plateau and then go back down. So
I mean, I see what you're saying with the comparison to Eternals. It's going to be a very different movie than the Eternals. This is going to be a lot more fucking action.
No. I'm not talking about the actual movie itself. I'm talking about the hype surrounding Authority. Because like right now, like what's a 9.8 going for? Isn't it like in like $300-400 for a 9.8? Like that.
I have no idea.
Like I remember this book being like, I think the first issue was like a $20-30 book tops.
Yeah, it wasn't that expensive at all.
Yeah,
but I mean, the Authority, it's there's a lot of violence and a lot of sex and stuff like that. So it's gonna be interesting. to see how far they go with it in the movie. Great fucking read, with the early run and everything like that. Especially the first run was fantastic. I love that they're bringing him over to the DCU because you see Keys' little blurb down there.
Yeah.
Hopefully, maybe one day we will get some Wildcats or some Gen 13 or both, or So
I did notice though a lot of people flocked towards Stormwatch, issue 4.
Yeah, Stormwatch is another one that's got possibilities. Yep.
Yeah. So it seems like people dig Midnighter at this point.
He's a good character, for sure.
Yeah.
I have no idea who these guys are. I'll be quite honest.
Well, you got to read some DC, goddammit.
Don't care.
We're gonna start giving you fucking homework.
Yo, I know James Gunn said he's gonna go with obscure characters, and you're just different characters, not your big, your big groups. But like, damn, what the fuck is this?
We're gonna start giving dude
The
homework.
Authority?
That's what we're gonna do.
Hold on. He's on the right path. He's at least reading Dark Knight Returns.
Yeah, dude's gonna have a reading list.
Guys, just very quickly, Eternals talk. I see some Eternals talk. Agreed with Baker. Agreed with Uni. Me too. I think I've watched it 3 times, 4 times.
I haven't seen it, so I can't form an opinion on it.
Well,
So.
hurry up and watch it. Hurry up and watch it. But again, as the MCU,
It's 3 hours.
As the MCU plays out from phase 5, 6 keeps going, Eternals is going to make a lot more sense. I think people will appreciate it as time goes by. I've said this many times. I'll say it again. Too harsh. I do think people are harsh. All right. So that's the Authority. Brave and the Bold. So completely separated from Matt Reeves' Batman. This will see the Caped Crusader alongside his son Damian Wayne for the first time in live action. The movie is set to kick off the rest of the Bat family as well, and will adapt Grant Morrison's comic storyline where Damian was first introduced. So that excites me, and that is why I'm looking forward to it. Now, I saw another comment that yes, it sucks because we're skipping out on Dick and Jason and
Actually, BC, hold on, let me interject real quick because that's actually something that in the end could sort of be problematic. So we're getting the Superman movie, and we know that they're doing legacy, casting a young Superman. So it's not going to be an origin story necessarily, I guess they said, but it is going to be early years Superman.
Yeah.
Now, in this case, you have Batman, and his Robin is Damian, which is obviously the third Robin. So Damian's going to be however old when he's Robin. So your Batman's going to probably have to be at least a decent bit older than Superman and stuff like that. So maybe timeline wise, they're going to have to use an older character, I think, unless I don't really see any way around it. But they're intending to use younger characters. So you see what I'm saying? That could be a little bit of an issue
for sure. But looking at this now, because yes, I agree with you at 100%, and we'll keep it short because Hype, I know you got to dip out. This now we skip people along the way, Robins and stuff. But I do think there will be a domino effect. We will see an expansion of the Bat family. So I do think if anybody's saying Nightwing might be a good time, like pick it up before it's kind of too late type thing. There's many characters that we can go on and on about. But I am pumped for this. I know, like I said, some people feel a certain way. They're a bit upset. They're going with Damian. And some people love it. I've seen mixed reactions so far. I dig it. I, for one, dig it. I like I said, he's a piece of shit. Really, he is.
Yeah.
I'm kind of pumped to see where this goes. But
actually, real quick, Chia Pet answered my question there. He said that Gunn mentioned that the movies may not be chronological, that they'll bounce around. So then maybe that's how they're going to do it to fit in, I guess. So we'll see.
Yeah.
Oh. I think it's a great idea, honestly. I think it'll be fun. We get to see Damian on the big screen, and hey, we get a Robin back.
Exactly.
It's not the Batman movie anymore. I'm looking forward to it.
But where's Jarro? I mean, that's all I'm saying. No Jarro.
No Jarro.
That's a missed opportunity and a goddamn disappointment.
You really feel so passionately. Yeah?
He'll be in the Little Mermaid. Don't worry.
I'm telling you, man, he brought in fucking Starro in Suicide Squad and did not give us Jaro. How? That's just messed up, man.
He'll be in the live action Little Mermaid movie that's gonna come out. You'll see him there. But
Boo this guy. Somebody boo this guy.
No, never. But guys,
Third time.
just
Listen.
to add the
Oh,
comic
sorry, go
sheet,
ahead.
just to add the comic sheets comment. Definitely pick up that
Yeah.
first appearance of Nightwing, man. I'm. It's not even on my grails for 2023, and I'm already shifting towards that as soon as possible.
I think I actually have a copy from that collection I picked up.
Nice.
I don't know what condition it is in, but yeah, I think it's a Canadian price. But anyways, I do like the fact that we are going to be expanding on. I'm always a fan when they dive into the Bat family storyline,
Yeah.
whether it's like Stephanie Brown, Damien, and all that. I always like that interplay, which is why I like Tinian's early Detective Comics run that he was doing in Rebirth. Again, I'm going back to my previous point. The casting on Damien is going to be very crucial because Damien, like BC mentioned, he is a bit of an irritating kid. So
I bet.
it's going to be really crucial who they cast as Damien because it could kind of, the wrong actor playing this could make him a very unlikable character on screen. So
True.
Well, he's supposed to be unlikable.
No, I know, but the thing is, but there are a legion of Damien fans out there. I've heard people say that Damien is their favorite Batman, but that's what I'm saying. Like, you kind of have to have the right casting on this character spot on, especially.
Yeah, that's fair.
Agreed. I'll pull down the slides for now, so Hype, you can say your. Oh, poopy.
What's up?
I see.
Oh, this guy.
It is.
Like, people are wondering what you... Yeah, so listen, I'm running off because I'm going to be doing I'm just going to cash Team Nerd Herd to do their review of last night's Last of Us episode. So once you guys are done on the Kingpin show, hop on over, and yeah, that's where I'll be. And listen, I guess I'll do my outro mid show and say, if you can't find that, Paul Rudd autobiography, you might have to visit your local library after 3 months because I'm sure libraries don't stock new releases right away. So
that shit doesn't come out till September, so you're gonna have to wait.
Yeah,
till,
so yeah,
that.
you might be shit out of luck
Christmas.
on a library visit for that book. But
So
all right,
that's your sign off.
Yeah, that was a very long-winded sign off. So
I'm kidding. I'm totally kidding. All right, man. So guys, you heard it. Go check him out. Go support your boy.
peace.
Bye, Hyper. We love you.
Yeah, I wish the feeling was the same.
Damn heartbroken.
All right.
So,
So
an animal.
back to it very quickly. Now we have Supergirl that we got to talk about. Woman of Tomorrow. According to Gunn, DC Studios will be turning Supergirl into a big science fiction epic film inspired by Tom King and Bilquis Evely's 2021 comic run that followed Kara's origin and upbringing on Kandor. I wish he was here because Hyper actually found a very beautiful copy of I think it was that Hughes cover.
Oh yeah, the old what was it? The Action Comics, I think it was.
I don't remember. I don't remember.
Action Comics, I believe. Yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
he found it for like $3. So
Yeah, that was a fucking steal.
yep. Hey, I told him to cash out, but he doesn't want to.
Well, I mean,
Now,
it's because of the memory of it. He got that shit for $3. Would you want to separate with it?
I would gladly take the profit. Trust me.
Yeah, you put it into another grail. So
again, on the same page as Uni, but one of the ones I'm a little less excited for. I do think the casting will be important, and also how this is all going to be brought to the big screen. I don't know if Supergirl is going to hit as many of these other titles that are going to be coming to the big screen, but who knows? I highly doubt they're going to target, a younger audience on Supergirl, right?
I heard it's going to be a little darker than what people were expecting.
yeah, I mean it's apparently going to be based on the Tom King run, so it was actually really fucking good run of Supergirl.
Exactly.
Went super under the radar.
I actually own issue 1.
Hey, It's a good one to own right now.
Right.
Yeah, so I mean, if they stick true to the story and everything like that, it should be pretty good. They get the castings right and everything. So
Yeah.
I mean, but yeah, again, it's like you said, it's just the one that I think that most people, myself included, are least interested in. And even if this were Wonder Woman, it would still be the same. You know, it would probably be the one that I'm least interested in of the selections that we're getting.
Exactly.
So, you know. And I kind of think they're going with Supergirl just to avoid Wonder Woman, because obviously Gal killed it in the first movie.
Yeah, man. And there was the question. I don't remember if it was one of us on the panel that said it or if it was in the chat. But now that we're getting that show that will touch on Wonder Woman, what's it called again? Paradise
Lost, yeah.
Paradise Lost. How long are they going to stretch out until Wonder Woman comes back into the movies and into the big picture?
Yeah, good.
Because
exactly.
This
Because
does
they do that shit all the time. They had that series on fucking CW, Gotham, where it was supposed to be about the police or whatever, and they weren't going to have Batman, but sure as shit, by the end of it, guess who was there? Little Batman.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not the first time they've tried that.
Yeah, and last but not least, Swamp Thing. Now we kind of touched on this a little earlier, but the final movie in Chapter 1, Gods Plus Monsters, the film will explore the origin of Alec Holland and his transformation into the monster Gunn, has stated that although this movie is on the outskirts of the DCU, it will still be connected to the universe and its future. So, we spoke a little about it before. Again, this is probably the one I'm excited for. It's in the top of the ones I'm most excited for, but I'm also scared because I hope they don't botch this one, man. That's really where I stand with Swamp Thing. Love me some Swamp Thing, but I just hope it kicks ass. That's all I have to say, man. Which one are we getting? Well, it seems that we're going to explore the origin here of Alec Holland, but Face, do you think it moves forward story-wise?
Yeah, I think eventually it definitely would, and it can. Man, Swamp Thing is such a fucking great character, and
Yes.
he's super underrated in the DC comic book universe. I mean, he's had some fantastic stories, and it is the one that I agree I'm most excited about also. But yeah, I have the same worry because it is something that they could potentially fuck up really badly, and there's a lot of ways to do it. I mean, even just the CGI, if it comes off bad, is going to be, dicey. So I love Swamp Thing. I want it to be really good, but I'm gonna try and tone down my excitement for it so that I'm not as disappointed if it's bad, I guess. But I don't know. I mean,
but my question to you here is, we have the origin of Holland. How do you feel about the whole, like, Olsen? Just are we even going to explore that, or?
I don't think so for the first movie.
Yeah, no, it won't be in the first movie.
No.
Eventually, well, okay. So actually, let me go ahead and answer Uni X's question right here real quick. He asked about the last one. Do you think we'll get Nubia or Yara Flor on the Wonder Woman? I guess Nubia has some potential just because she,
has more ties, I guess.
Yeah, she's at least around Wonder Woman's age or maybe a little older. So if they go really close to when it's gonna Wonder Woman's gonna show up, maybe Nubia. Yara probably not because it's the prequel. It's kind of the same thing with the Swamp Thing. I think that Patel has the chance eventually, but there's a lot of storytelling in between to get to that point. So
yes,
they just introduced you. I don't think we're gonna. I'll put it this way: I don't think we're gonna see a Toussaint or anything like that. Out of Swamp Thing.
Yeah, I get what you mean by that. Now, This is actually news to me. This is the first time I'm hearing it. So James Mangold already heavily rumored to be directing. I think that would be fucking amazing. Yes, I loved Logan.
Was really well done.
So that gives me a little more faith right there.
Yeah.
But if they get him, that would be fantastic.
Yeah. No, Dan, I want to just I want to point this out. It's just
damn, Dan.
Let's go, Dan.
But again, right now he's got a 4-year plan with DC, and of course, we're seeing like now James Mangold might be, taking over directing this. Gunn's not behind the camera though, right? Like,
yeah,
I'm hoping he comes into this and says, guys, these are the stories we want to explore, and then we get some input from obviously getting the direction and having Mangold direct this movie gives me more faith. It's not to knock on Gunn. I mean, I think Gunn did a phenomenal job with Guardians of the Galaxy, but with Swamp Thing, I now have more faith. Again, now I'm seeing this comment and I'm starting to get a little more excited about Swamp Thing.
Generally, the biggest problem with Swamp Thing, whenever they do, anything live action, they've tried a couple times now with movies or series, is that it just becomes problematic to get Swamp Thing in these fucking shows because it's not cheap, whether you do it CGI or whatever. So
and Chris,
it's gonna have to be a budget.
Yeah, Chris brings up a great question. What has Gunn fucked up so far? I can't think of anything. I really enjoyed whatever he's put out, especially for the MCU. So we'll see. But each project has different directors, different tones, but the movies also need to appeal to more than the Snyder Bros. So there you go.
Yes, for sure.
Right on.
Hopefully they lean into the horror.
Yeah,
that'd be nice.
So
gotta have that body horror. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying, and I was saying it earlier as well. Is there's already talks that they're going to take the approach of Werewolf by Night.
Yeah,
I
that would be it would be fun.
Okay.
Yeah, but I kind of don't want them to copy paste it. You know what I mean? Like,
I mean, obviously, try and change it up a bit and do something a little different. But at the same time, I don't necessarily mind if they tell a different story and they tell it well.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, these two companies have ripped each other off so many fucking times, and we eat this shit like with a spoon. So,
we do. With the big spoon that we eat
gladly.
Yep.
No, you are 100% on that one. But guys, that was the news. We did Tradecentre. We did top 5 new comic book day picks of the week.
Yeah,
this was a long one. There was a lot of news though with the DC announcements and shit.
Yeah, dude, and there's so much other news that I want to touch on too, but we will end up staying here till fucking tomorrow.
All right,
we're not spine ticks,
right? On old school spine tick shows.
But guys, felt good to be back. Felt good to chat with you two, Hyper, and of course the chat. Again, I won't be here next Monday, but I'll be back the Monday after that. So. Sorry, got to pick and choose my battles. But guys, if I'm not mistaken, Show Me Your Halls is going to be taking place
this Thursday, 7 p.m. till 8 p.m. Eastern time. Yeah, Show Me Your Halls is back. And guys, if anybody wants to hop on the Hall show, hit the Kingpins up. Let each one of us know.
What time you go? Is it at 7?
7 p.m. Eastern time.
Yeah. I might be able to pop in as the last guy.
Right.
So I might show off the halls at the end, but I got a ton, man. So
okay, yeah. But anybody else, if you guys want to reach out, like so far it's just I think there's only just 2 of us right now, so come show off some halls and hang out.
There you go. Anyway, we appreciate you. Comic Chic, we appreciate you, all of you guys. Chris, thank you for hopping and join us within the chat. We need to have Chris on again. It's been a while. We miss you, man.
And so keep your eyes open too on Show Me Your Halls and such for some upcoming announcements. There's going to be some interesting things happening over there with the show.
Oh yeah,
and Royal Leaf Hawk too. They're going to actually attach to each other, and actually keep your eyes open on the Comic Kingpins IG over the next couple days. We're gonna have there's gonna be a post coming up for the spec files that we're gonna need you guys' help with. So,
Oh, yeah.
and
Yes.
Spec Files is the new show that's gonna be coming to you soon. So,
Great point. So yes, Spec Files is coming, but also we saw Sith with his shorts, and I think the guy, not actual shorts, he's not wearing shorts, but we saw Sith making shorts, and great idea. So we're gonna piggyback off of that idea, and hopefully start putting out some short videos as well. Maybe new comic book day pickups of the week, not the top 5, but whatever we pick up, and some other things that we have in store and in mind ready for that. So keep an eye out. The YouTube stuff is going to be getting a lot more content within this year, and very shortly too. And as well, Retrospec is going to be back on February 27th. So we will be posting. You guys definitely got to hit and let us know what years you want us to go and revisit. Yes, 33 subs to 500. So, okay.
yes,
If anyone's catching the replay, if anyone is watching this now, there's 17 of us. 500 subs. We have a huge giveaway show. Like, I can't stress it enough. We got so much shit to give out. But once we get there,
it's a lot.
once we get there, we have stuff to give out. And you guys know how it went down for the 250. So let's get to 500 and let's party. Let's have a good time. Let's get some books in your hands, not our hands. We give them away. We give them away.
No.
So there you have it. All right, guys. That was the show. Dude, Face, anything you want to add?
Well, we don't have the library outro because Hyper already did it. So,
PC, you got to do the outro, bro.
Well, I don't have any catchphrases like Hyper, but don't forget, guys, this Thursday, Show Me Your Hall, 7 p.m., and we will be back. They will be back, these guys, on Monday. I won't, but we will see you the following Monday. I will see you the following Monday. So tune in, Show Me Your Halls this Thursday, 7 p.m. Eastern, hosted by this beautiful man.
And remember, those books, they're out there.
Yeah.
Peace, guys.
Peace.